What for you was the most difficult part of the whole shoot where you just wanted to quit?
I think we need to first introduce this particular audience member. We cannot let it go unsung and unappreciated.
Yeah. He is Babil, he's my uncle.
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
He's my teacher.
Yeah.
Actually.
Sometimes I was uncle, sometimes I was...
Sometimes he's son, sometimes friend, sometimes he's like bull.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's
That's Babil Khan, is a wonderful son of Irfan
Yes,
Khan.
totally.
He's
I'll
one of the
tell you
most
an incident.
talented people I've ever seen
Okay.
in my life.
I'll tell you an incident. He was 3 years old, and I took him to the swimming pool, and I was so excited and to teach him, basically.
Yeah.
Because we were self-taught. हम तो छुप छुप के जाते थे, बावड़ी में कूद जाते थे और सीख गए. मैंने कहा इसको सिखाऊंगा मैं यार प्रॉपर तरीके से. मैं फर्स्ट डे इसको लेके गया. फर्स्ट डे मैंने कहा कि बाबल कम हियर एंड डू दिस. नो यू डोंट नो. The first thing he said, no, ऐसे नहीं. And he jumped into the pool and he learned it in like 2-3 days.
Really?
And he did things which I don't do.
Like father, like son, right? So, should we be answering this
We must
extremely
answer.
loaded question?
Yes.
Where did we
I have a
want to
feeling he
quit?
knows
Quit.
the answer.
There was no point where we thought
like
that
quitting.
quit. It was the most poignant point was Gangtok when that was the last day and everybody was on a different trip.
Right.
He was sitting, flowers on his head, पत्ते इतने बड़े-बड़े, and कोई उधर लेटा हुआ है, कोई कुत्ते के साथ, and nobody wanted to quit.
That's
Everybody
so
was
nice.
saying, yeah, no, we don't want to go. And that was ethereal place.
Yeah.
It was such a fantastic that
It's
house
the exotica
was.
of that place. I mean,
Yeah.
what that can do to you as a person, as an artist. That's the problem with dubbing, actually. Like when we went ahead with dubbing, what we felt there in our acting, I think that place and the energy really affected. And yeah, Gangtok actually was the most difficult. I never felt like quitting, but one of the major scenes that we took there in a cafe, it was the day when I kind of felt very disconnected, bodily and mind-wise disconnected, because it was really heavy and loaded, and to stay in that same zone was extremely painful. But it's the sort of mental pain and emotional pain that you want to give and you want to go
sink
through that.
into.
Just because you know what's going to be captured on camera is going to be truthful. So that was the most difficult, but I guess Gangtok really helped that
How
energy.
lovely.
Yeah.
And the name of the place, now I remember it, the name of the place was Bad People.
I
Yeah.
never knew.
Yeah.
No, bother.
Why? Tell them why though. Why was it Bad People?
Yeah, there is बड़ा का पेड़ है और पीपल का पेड़ है उसके entrance में ना. And what is the other story?
That because they grew up together and they were like lovers. So
Oh.
and they.
That's very
yeah.
metaphorical for our film,
Huh?
then, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
I want to say it's a little out of turn, and I promise we're coming back
Sure,
to you.
bro, yeah,
But
take it
is
and
there
take
a
it
question
over.
that you would like to ask our esteemed member of the audience who just randomly happens to be here? Did not. Would you, anything you would
Since
like?
it's impossible to embarrass you, Babil,
Yeah, go for it. Try.
I'd like to get an honest
Be-
feedback
be-
about our performances.
Bye.
About our performances in the film, and
bro.
very honest.
See, for my uncle, it will be a little like
A little
biased because like I love him,
Uncle.
you know,
But
uncle,
no,
yeah.
how to be not too biased.
yeah, you're Shrutupa's son.
Well, I felt like he doesn't act like he acted usually. Like it was a very fresh performance, and I kind of felt like a lot of it was like from me, like.
Oh,
Having you
a little-
around
all
made all
that
the
YOLO
difference.
thing and like all those reactions and all. I
Son,
felt,
uncle.
I did take few elements from his behavior.
but you, bro, like I felt like at the start you were having like a little trouble getting into the sync of the character.
yeah.
But at the end, I felt like you became the character. Like you started speaking like her. Also, you had a little fake accent at the start of the film. That
I
disappeared.
know, it's all gone. Became total Jaya Shashidharan at the end of it. Thanks a lot, Babs. That's honest, you see. I did have much trouble in the beginning. Just getting, understanding the vision, Tanuja's vision, the genre, I don't know how to be, how to sort of mobilize what I understood of the script and bring it to character. And yeah, this is.
And I think it was a very, very layered character. This kind of character is not written, you know, and they're not. It's not broad strokes, you know. They're very fine things, you know. Like she's a working woman, and she's not outgoing, and she has a like comfort zone, and how she completely, you know, comes out of it, and then what would be the behavior, you know? It's so up and so much
Can't
of
be
up and
planned
down.
at all.
No, and also just again, like, you know, you hear so many stories of people, and by the way, sorry, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you. There's so many people who talk of whitewashing their history. We're starting to see one, oh, how much should I tell them about my past? And here it's about being open, about, you know, there's a famous Shakespeare saying also, apart from anything else, what's past is prologue. Yeah. So the fact is that we should never thing. And so it's lovely and refreshing that the focus is on get to know me in a sense through my history, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's also about not being ashamed or keeping it a secret for no reason. Like you are a sum total of all the experiences you've gone through. Yeah. So what maybe, for example, if I'm dating someone, what that person's going to get is going to be everything that I've learned and experienced in the previous ones. So why if the fact that I have loved so freely has to be celebrated by this new person, and might as well be lucky for each other to have gone through everything that we did, which brought us to this point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Entirely, completely.
Yeah.